Hello friends, welcome to Study Bus. So this is one of the most important question whenever any MBA aspirant decides for the MBA college, that how to finalize a college. So today we are at the IMT Ghaziabad campus, one of the best college in India for marketing program and now evolving for other programs as well, be it finance, HR and operations. So today we are going to talk few of the students where we will try to understand that how did they finalize their college out of multiple offers. So welcome everyone.
Welcome, sir. Welcome to IMT.
Great. So how is the feeling with IMT?
It's
Great.
Enjoying the experience?
absolutely at the end of the second year couldn't have been better.
Oh, lovely. So, I'm assuming that when you were preparing for your MBA journey, you must have this college at the top of your list. And apart from this, बहुत सारे और भी कॉलेज होंगे जो आप लोगों ने कन्वर्ट किए होंगे, करेक्ट? So, what is my understanding? Because हम लोग जब वीडियोस बनाते हैं तो it is very easy. I share my experience because it is very much easy for me to tell what I have learned, right? But today I want to understand from your experience, straight from the horse's mouth, that how did you finalize your college? So, you are in which course?
So I'm in PGDM marketing. My name is Aditya Vikram. I hail from Mumbai and I'm a computer engineer by training, and I've also worked at TCS for over a year. So when I was preparing for CAT, I had a few colleges earmarked and IMT was one of them, being a very prominent college in India with over 40 years of legacy, and it has a certain amount of legacy, as I mentioned. And it's also known for marketing, and I was pretty clear that I wanted to pursue PGDM in marketing. So IMT was a pretty good choice. And when it comes to the question of why IMT, I hail from Mumbai, and fortunately or unfortunately I've always been restricted to Mumbai, whether it was my studies or my work ex, and as well as my CAT preparation days, it was all in Mumbai. So I also thought, why not use this as a chance to change my geography and try to get more sensitized to the ways and means of life in a different geography, understand various diverse sensibilities, and so on and so forth.
I'm assuming you're having good experience with Delhi.
Absolutely, sir. Initially it was a little overwhelming, I must be honest, but with time IMT was warm enough to accommodate me very well.
Great, wonderful. So, you are from which program?
I am from core program, so I am majoring in operations right
Operation.
Yes.
So, for operations, we are having multiple colleges, and during your preparation, you must have few colleges.
Yes.
So, how did you narrow down to IMT and not any other college?
So basically, I decided to go to IMT. Then I decided to take operations.
Okay.
So then it was like I had an experience about 3 years, roughly around 3 years in pure operations, like in procurement and supply chain. So then after that, it's more useful for me to take operations, and it's more relevant for me. So I decided like then there were about few people with the same interests. So then I decided like it's better for me to go for operation, and then I decided to go for it.
So, you are also in second year, right?
Yes, yeah.
So, coming to the opportunities for operation, because we all know that IMT is very well known for marketing
Yes,
profiles and jobs. But when it comes to operations, are we able to get ample opportunities in terms of job profiles and in terms of companies both?
Yes. Let me tell you, if we talk about last year's summer internship, it was one of the best. I mean, there are only few people, so even if 5 or 6 good companies come, everyone could be easily accommodated by that. So basically, it's going to be much easier for the operations people to get a good placement, as well as it's like small class, like 16 people, 15 people, everyone knows each other, everyone is a good team. So it's a good experience for them to come to IMT and take operations. It's kind of risky. I mean, initially you will think like IMT is more famous for marketing, but still it's worth taking the risk. So I also had this doubt whether I should take the operation or not, but my experience always told me it's going to better for going for operations.
Amazing, amazing. So, coming to the different gender now, when you hear the term Ghaziabad, okay, so this is little like people are having some negative connotations, right? So, when coming from a different gender, it is even more difficult to select a college which is situated in Ghaziabad, which is probably having a little bit of negative connotation. So, how did you narrow down IMT Ghaziabad over other colleges?
So one of the major reasons I narrowed down IMT Ghaziabad was the culture. Like it is in Ghaziabad, but when you are inside the campus, you wouldn't feel you are in Ghaziabad. You will feel that's Delhi NCR. And also, I talked to a lot of alums before coming to IMT Ghaziabad because of the connotation of Ghaziabad and what all like the alum base that IMT Ghaziabad has. And it was all very positive. It was all like all the ticks were correct, that it's very safe and a comfort place for girls especially. So yeah, it helped me narrow down to IMT Ghaziabad and the culture that it provides, the alum base that we have, and I also opted for marketing. So IMT Ghaziabad and marketing are like synonymous in the north.
So, and how is the hostel facilities, like particularly for girls, because when they shift to a different geography, it is a little bit difficult to get accommodated to a new surrounding. So, how is the hostel? Is it inside the campus only?
Yeah. So the hostels are inside the campus for girls and for boys, and the hostels are pretty well. Like they are very decent in the infrastructure. They have ACs, they have water coolers, and everything is like taken care of. And I have a history of being medically ill. So we also have ambulance on the door. Like it's just a call away. You call, the ambulance is there. They'll take you back. So it's like a perfect. Like they're providing everything that you want.
Oh, that's amazing. And what about you? Where do you hail from?
So I'm from Bihar, Patna, and so coming to the Ghaziabad question, of course, like Bihar has its own set of connotations, right? So coming from a place like that, that the rumors are not always true. And again, I also have relatives who are actually IMT alums, so I got the opportunity to talk to them as well. So as she said, the feedback has been just positive overall, so that's why I decided to come here.
Okay, we also heard that there are some scholarships for women. Like, could you just tell a little bit about it? Was it applicable to your batch as well?
Yes.
Oh.
So the scholarship is for all the girls in the batch, and this time they have increased the scholarship for girls as well, and it's applicable to all. It's very easy to get the scholarship. Like they don't ask you to come and wait in lines. It's just online. You just apply.
So
and
it
you
is
get
for few girls only, or it is for all the
No, all the
candidates?
girls, all the
Oh,
girls.
that's amazing. That is a good thing to improve the diversity in the campus as well, where all the girls get scholarship. Coming to you, you are doing your special.
I am currently in first year. I am doing PGDM in finance.
Oh, finance. So basically, when we hear about marketing, IMT we all know, but for finance, okay, how did you come to finance first and then IMT later?
Sure, sir. I am Shreyas. I am from Hyderabad, Telangana. So my main reason was I was quite sure that I wanted to take finance. And how did I land upon IMT is that I went through its website and got to know that we have a dedicated CMF lab, that is Center for Financial Markets in Bloomberg Terminals. And after that, the average package, the ROI that it was giving, IMT was the best fit that it was that college I was going to take. So that's the main reason I took IMT, and among other converts, even though I am from South, I had quite good converts from South as well as West. But I choose IMT because it was the best fit for me here for finance.
Okay, so when it comes to finance, right? So in the last 1 year or probably the time you have spent on campus, आपको लगा कि हाँ फाइनेंस के लिए उतनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज है जितनी मार्केटिंग के लिए, तो खैर ये कॉलेज इज नोन एज मेक्का फॉर मार्केटिंग, बट व्हाट अबाउट फाइनेंस? लाइक आर यू एबल टू grasp those finance concepts, and even in terms of internship opportunities, are you seeing those companies?
Since I am in first year, currently we have a wonderful SIP session going on. So many finance companies are here on the campus, and we have a very fantastic finance faculty who are all of them are a PhD in their own fields, and they have quite good number of experience, and they have been teaching here since many years. So from the point of view of education as well as SIP, it's good for finance here.
Okay, so क्या profiles finance में आ रहे हैं, like major profile which you can see?
So the major profile, our core finance roles are also coming here.
Oh, okay.
So because of that, we are getting quite a good SIP opportunities here.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So अब अगर हम सबसे important question की बात करें, so when you finally convert your interviews, right? So how was the feeling after converting your IMT interview?
I was ecstatic, and the interview went very well. I was able to be extremely confident, articulate, and the interview was very diverse. It was like it had broad-based questions. It really judged me on various parameters across the board. So it left me extremely satisfied. I felt like I've really earned something.
Great, that's amazing. So जब आप लोगों के colleges convert हुए होंगे, तो I am assuming because you all have got decent percentile, you must have converted multiple colleges. So now when it comes to the final decision, because when you plan to do an MBA, this is probably once in a lifetime experience, right? We all, generally most of the people do not go for second MBA. So when you had to take that final call कि मेरे को अब IMT ही जाना है, so what were those factors which actually convinced you, and how did you narrow down कि मेरे को finally इसी college में जाना है? We all have discussed what specialty you took, but now coming to that campus कि this is the final nail in the coffin. So how did you go about that?
So basically, there are multiple reasons. The main was the faculty here. So IMT has good faculty. Then the alumni network. So IMT could boast like the top 5 or something. Within the top 5, IMT has the maximum number of alums. Then the third one is like the program. The program is hectic, but it's too good, and there are a lot of activities. There are like 20 clubs and committees in together. So every day is vibrant. So if you see, just come next week. So right now there are few exams happening. Otherwise, every day there are one or the other form of event in IMT. So it's very vibrant and so good with the kind of culture which is there. So these are one of the main reasons which I took IMT, and therefore there is one more thing, which is the 40 years legacy which IMT has. So the infrastructure is good, everything is good. So basically these factors narrow down IMT for my final solution.
So one thing which I always recommend in my videos, that whenever you are planning to decide any college, it is very much important that you talk to the current students and alums there so that you get the real experience. So any of you got a chance to talk to alums before joining? Did any one of you try to interact with few of the alums or any seniors and got any chance about that?
Yeah, I actually interacted with two of my seniors who are actually at IMT as well.
Oh.
And I also interacted with some of the alums. I didn't know them personally, but when I told them that I'm applying for IMT Ghaziabad and I've converted, so they were very open to talk to, and they gave me very good responses to that.
Okay, so eventually then you got convinced that this is the college I want to be in.
Yes.
Oh great. What about you? How did you?
Right. So I actually have a brother who did his MBA from IMT. So I talked to him about it, and he had a very positive response about the college overall. He said that in terms of marketing, which I wish to pursue, and I was also looking into HR. So I was very confused between marketing and HR. So IMT actually allows us to go for minors. So now I have HR as a minor as well. So he talked to me about that. Plus, I have always been someone who's very active in terms of ECA activities. And I went to the website and they had this whole section about student activities, and all the clubs and committees were there. So that was something that I was really looking forward to. So that made me make my decision.
Okay. And what about you particularly? Because when you consider of finance, you must have probably different options for finance.
Yes, sir.
How did you come to? Because जब आपने भी अपनी प्रिपरेशन करी होगी या किसी सीनियर से बात करी होगी, आपने सुना होगा यार IMT जाना है मार्केटिंग के लिए तो बेस्ट है.
जी सर.
नाउ फाइनेंस के लिए आपके पास और भी ऑप्शंस हैं, but then still you opted for IMT. So what was your thought process behind that?
So mainly there were many factors that I had put in to select IMT. One of them was, as I have mentioned, CMF lab. The second and the most important one was IMT values people who have sports background. Since I am a black belt in Kudo and I have a national medal in it, so IMT has valued it and given me an exceptional profile category interview. So because of which I felt very ecstatic that it also values people with sports. That's the main one of the main reasons that I chose IMT, and especially for finance.
Because this is also what I also believe in, that people who are comparatively active in sports are somehow better managers. Reason being because from the childhood days only they are managing either their success or failure, and then they are able to do these things. So I believe this is a very good thing that the IMT also values your profile eventually when it comes to sports, or you have done something wonderful in corporate, because these days IMT is also selecting candidates even at a lower percentile but a better profile. Yes. So that is also one of the new USP which is very much evolving with IMT. What about you? So like when you joined IMT, right? Now how is your experience? Like apart from academic we all know that MBA is very hectic, we all have to study, there are regular assignments, exams. But apart from academics, do you feel that in the last 1 year or 2 years, you have seen a change in your personality in terms of maybe in communication skills or via case comms or via your peers? So
I couldn't agree more. Campus is abuzz with activities. It really pushes you to go beyond your comfort limit, and whether it's just general confidence, ability to address people, deal with situations, get through the rigorous process, because MBA is all about rigor. They put you through a very rigorous regime. The college is always ahead of the curve. They have integrated AI into a lot of subjects, like they are addressing the big hot topic of AI. They're really ahead of the curve. They're really putting their minds into what they want us to know, what they want us to possess in terms of the knowledge as we step out of the college. So all in all, especially 2023, because this is the year when I transitioned from year 1 to year 2. I also was engaged in my internship. So this is the year where I could really feel that yes, the Aditya Vikram that had joined IMT is not the same Aditya Vikram that is going to leave IMT.
that's amazing, and that is probably what we always say, that MBA is what you make out of it, right? What about your experience? Any extracurricular activities which pumped you? I'm pretty much sure you must be active in sports, right?
Yes, sir, sure.
So the best part of IMT is the check review. So it is going to happen in February. It's like a 72-hour event, sports event. So when we look everywhere, something is happening. So at night there will be football matches. At day there will be cricket matches. At morning 3 o'clock there will be basketball matches. 72 hours is the best which you could experience in any of your college life. The last year, I couldn't dream of something like that, having something in the whole 72 hours without any break or something. So it was too amazing. Then there are other events happening by other clubs and communities. So then there are events from marketing club. Then there is a TEDx talk which is organized by the Prism, which committee looks after the PR of the college. Then there are other committees and other activities happening regularly in this college. This lane, which is very famous, will be decorated in multiple colors. And recently we had the Passion, which is the cultural as well as the technical fest of IMT. Everything is vibrant, and we will not miss a day because even if we stay in the campus, there is something happening. So it always engages us. We don't need to go anywhere outside to have something to happen. So it's really engaging, and we can stay in the campus and enjoy the 2 years within the campus itself, even without going outside the campus.
But what about you? How has been your experience representing the female candidates apart from academics?
So I've never been a sports person, and IMT made me one.
Okay.
So my seniors actually talking about Chakryu, so they need female representation over there. And my seniors actually taught me two sports, basketball and throwball. And I can say that to some extent excel in them. And we not only won competitions in the campus, but also so many inter college competitions. Like we won at IIM Udaipur, and all of like so many campuses we have been visiting and we are part of. And I would say that the confidence these sports gave me, I'm going to take that with me in like my life after IMT as well.
What about you? How has been your experience apart from academics?
Right, so case competitions come to mind first of all. I've been national finalist, me and my team, in 2 separate case competitions, and I won one on campus. So before IMT, I used to say that I don't have a drop of entrepreneurial blood in myself. But case competitions made me realize that it's just a matter of sitting with your team and just dragging it out, and it made me realize that I do have that skill and I just needed some honing. So that is something that has really made me discover something new about my own self.
That's very interesting, because whenever we talk about MBA, it is not just about academic but your overall holistic development. And when you become a part of sports competitions, then you become a part of multiple group projects, eventually you explore your personality and eventually groom yourself better. Coming to the curriculum part, do we all agree, or what is your experience in terms, because like you mentioned that a lot of new things are coming. We are talking about AI, we are talking about generative AI, we are talking about machine learning. There are new fields coming up. So do we think we are having some extra sessions for that, so that when tomorrow you become managers, you are having that new skill set as well? So is the curriculum getting updated? You are having some guest lectures as well, or how does it work when it comes to any new hot topics?
So based on the electives that we have a very, very diverse, broad-based set of electives. As I said, it has integrated IoT, AI, ML, deep learning, artificial neural network, you name it and it's there. I would go on to say that there are some subjects that you might find it's purely technical, it's heavily technical. So if someone really wants to deep dive into these subjects, there's no shying away. The option is right there for you. And also our sessions are peppered with a few guest sessions, guest lecturers by practitioners who know things in and out, who do things day in, day out. So it's a very wholesome experience all in all.
Oh, that's amazing. What about your experience? Like in terms of finance, are you able to learn new things? What about you?
Sir, like since we have a legacy of 43 plus years, our faculty finance, they have taught many students who are at CXO level. So they request them to come and take us guest sessions. So we get to get a taste of how they perform at that level and how the knowledge that they give for finance. And especially when you are in first year, directly in the second semester, you are made sure that they make sure that you go through a course known as DSA, that is Data Science and Analytics. So it helps managers to have the tech thing inside of them, so that would help them in their job as well.
Okay. So with this, I believe that we all have understood what exactly you should look for before you finalize a college. On a concluding note, what I would like to say, and I would like to ask you, whether do you agree that probably after 2 years you will go out of IMT, but IMT will never get out of you?
Surely.
Sure.
Yeah. So if we conclude and how to finalize a college, I believe after talking to these fellows, probably you should go on LinkedIn, talk to the current alums. Apart from that, just like they mentioned, you should always see for a college which is having a good legacy, because over the years the alums are the face of the college, right? The another thing you can always go for is the curriculum updated with the new things. So like they have mentioned that the AI, machine learning, data scientists, new curriculum, new courses are getting added. So these are very much important when you plan for your MBA college. Apart from academic, you should also look for whether you are getting opportunities for other things as well. So because MBA is what you make out of it, and these 2 years should be the years where you are learning and discovering yourself in the best possible way. So this is another parameter you should look for. The fifth thing you can talk about is what is the peer background. So here you can see people from engineering background, commerce background. So you should always go for a college which promotes diversity in terms of gender, in terms of your academics, because then you get an opportunity to interact with multiple peers and you can learn to the best level. And any other point if you feel like, you can always mention in the comment box. And with this, we will meet up in some other video. Thank you so much, and thank you to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having us.